Hello, dearest. Welcome to yet another episode of Girl in the World podcast. My name is Claudia Elro, Timeless Oversharer, aka your host, and my own self declared explorer. So, I'm really grateful to have you here today again. And if it's your first time, I hope that you'll be back here again and again and again. Interact with me on social media at Girl in the World podcast, Instagram, and TikTok, or on my personal account at claudia.auro, that is CLAUDIA.AORO. And let's have fun, let's live. So today I'm an official business. Now, official personal business of doing an audit of my last 6 month growth goals. Wait, is that a word? Growth, personal growth for myself. So 6 months ago, I decided to make a list of the things that I wanted to achieve or certain aspects of my life that I wanted to improve by the end of 2023. And yeah, I think I managed to achieve others. I did not manage to achieve others as well. And I would like to share a little bit of how I how everything went down because oh my gosh, the last 6 months have been such a big roller coaster. So much has happened. Others I totally did not see coming. Others I anticipated. Others that I caused. So yeah, let's get right into it. Also, i have um I have all these aspects that are broken down into tiny little things that constitute of them. But wait, do you say constitute of them? I don't know, man, let's just go with it. I had four specific goals, but under these goals there was several things that I specifically had to do to achieve the ultimate outcome. So the four specific goals that I had in 2023. Oh, first of all, I would like to say this is the way I came up with this entire list was a whole other interesting experience. I made this list on the 22nd of July. It was on a Saturday, 2023, and it was at 8:26 a.m. I remember I did not just wake up. I had been up for maybe a while. I was back in Cape Town then, and I just had a revelation. Yeah, I had a massive revelation of my entire life, and wait, or maybe I should say I had a vision, and I decided to put everything down and try to actualize these goals that I want for my life at the end of the year. So, back to the main point now. The four specific ultimate goals that I wanted, number one was to be happy alone nonetheless. This is a very important part of my life, and I am a person that enjoys my own company. I do a lot of things alone. I am very comfortable being alone, but we're all human. At some point there is a time when, as much as you're comfortable, you feel a little lonely doing other things alone, or just not having a constant person person in this essence. I mean, like a partner to share, like daily life routine and whatever with. So I had realized, because I wasn't when I was coming up with this idea, I was in South Africa, but I wasn't alone. I had someone else there with me who was, like an addition to the happiness that I had in me at that time. So I realized that I wanted to be happy within myself all alone, even if I did not have someone beside me back then. So being happy alone nonetheless was a really huge thing that I was working on. Number two, was being intentional with self growth. This was mostly on a professional level. Yeah, so getting ahead in my career, getting ahead at my current job, or if I were to get another job. And yeah, that was a big, big thing that I was looking forward to achieving at that moment. The third one was trying to be more active. Oh my gosh. I spent a lot of time just being inactive at home or even outside the house. Like right now, I have been home for I've been home since morning literally. I've been sitting at home doing things online around the house. So I'm sure you can understand what I mean when I say really, really trying to be more active. I wanted to maybe take up a sport or something, anything, just so that I wouldn't have to be sitting indoors for a long time as I was doing back then. Okay, or maybe now too. But the fourth and final ultimate goal that I had was to earn more money. Yeah, I like materials, man. I like materials. I am materialistic. And so at some point in my life I realized I need to be able to afford every single material that I want. I mean, there's definitely a time that, as a girl someone can do something for you, but there are other things that other times you want to get something at the very moment that you think about it. You don't want to have to wait or ask somebody else. But like you just, or maybe it's just me because I'm the type of person where like I want something, I want it now. It's another maybe a downside that I have realized with myself, which is a lot of impatience on getting the things that I want. But yeah, so a goal that I had was to try and earn more money so that I can afford the luxury that I dream about every other time. And now I will go down to the teeny little activities, or say like the pointers. Wait, what am I saying? Yeah, I'll break down to the little things that I was supposed to do under those four ultimate goals so that I would eventually realize them. And then we'd also be talking about, no, we are not going to be talking about it. I am going to be talking about how I how I figured all these things out, and how I also didn't figure other parts of it out. So, number one, I was supposed to take up a fitness activity, e.g., yoga. Yeah, I actually had yoga in the list because I was very I don't know. I thought, everybody looks at fitness activities and like, okay, maybe you have to run or maybe go jogging, do something very tedious. But I have this notion that maybe yoga isn't as I wouldn't get very tired doing yoga. Plus, I would say I don't really mind doing it. It is something that I don't see it being too difficult for me to take up. But yes, you can guess it right. I never took up yoga in the last 6 months. But I decided to take on another sporting activity, which coincidentally lasted one day. Okay, so a random day I decided, like, I was going through my storage and I found my old rollerblading skates, so I decided to take up skating again. And that very same day I signed up to a skating club in Nairobi, and I paid for a full month's membership fee, guys. I paid a whole full month so that I could get to have unlimited training. Because I mean, I had been skating for a while before, but it had been a year. And even back then, when I was doing it, I wasn't really that good. So the unlimited training was going to be very effective in having my skills sharpen and, just making everything all the more better. So that afternoon, I went to the club, the place where they hold their skating training, and I signed up for I signed up for the monthly training. I had training there for I say I trained there for the next 3 hours that day. It was interesting, it was liberating, it was very very enjoyable, but at the same time, oh, I think I lost my back cuz I did not realize how much of the bending I would have to do while getting the hang of skating more. And my waistline just wasn't ready for that. When I was leaving that place that very evening, I swore to myself, okay, the next time I'm going to come here, I am going to have an extensive session of just waistline stretching so I don't have to come and just make myself break down in this place. So the people were very nice, actually. The trainers were so understanding, so patient. Everybody there was just super awesome. And I left that place that evening very sure of the fact that I was going to be back. But oh, yeah, I underestimated how far, like the distance from that club to where I was staying at that time. And oh my gosh, the next time that I was supposed to be going skating, I said to myself, okay, I cannot imagine. I have to get an Uber, head on to that place. And yeah, it was also this period where it wasn't the warmest of periods, so it would be a little cold. And this was something I had to do. And I have to admit, oh man, I failed. I failed badly. I was never able to go back skating again. And so, yeah, my monthly subscription of training was used up in 3 hours. And I don't know how I feel about that. But maybe another time I will take up something new. So that's something that I wasn't able to realize in the last 6 months. But New year, new Claudia. I am definitely going to work better at another at another spotting activity. The second thing that I was supposed to be working on was to start skincare. This though is something that I actually achieved in the last 6 months. So yeah, it was interesting how this was achieved, but what matters is that it was achieved. So no judgment at all over here. I had looked at a few products that I could use because other time I had a few issues with hyperpigmentation and maybe wait, is hyperpigmentation the same as, like having dark spots? I think so. Wait, I'm not too sure, but maybe tell me anywhere on social media if it is the same or if it is a totally different thing. I will Google it later as well, and you don't know more about that. But yeah, I wanted to work on achieving an even skin tone, getting rid of dark spots. And then I looked at prices of skincare online and also on stores. And oh my gosh, something just went loose because am I going to eat or am I going to make my face smoother and prettier? Obviously, I had to balance between both. I had to get each of them because, yeah, I think each of them was equally important. If I don't feel as pretty enough, then I am not even going to have an appetite to eat. So, what's the need of having money for food if I do not have money to look pretty? That was something I had to achieve. And yeah, I got a couple of, wait, not a couple, I got just a few products. But the biggest part of my skincare was when I was in Dubai and somebody's son decided, wait, did they decide or did I decide? Wait, I think I decided and then they um what can I say? I decided and then somebody else was very willing to, helped me come to this decision and actualizing it. So yeah, from Dubai, I got a full set of not makeup, a full set of skincare products from this store. Wait, what was the name of the store? Okay, I remember this name of the store. I just don't want to give I don't want to give what lots of naming here just yet, but I got lots of products from this store in Dubai, and it it was great, mostly because it cost a lot, and the girl in me was just happy that someone spent all that money on my face. So yeah, that was literally just all of it, to be honest. One maybe on another episode I will talk about that entire Dubai thing and how that came to be, but for now we are talking about 6-month goals at the end of 2023. So yeah, I started on skincare. That worked out nice. I really cannot say that I have achieved the ultimate goal of my skin that I wanted, but I'm still working on it. I did a number of, like pet tests and all that. So, I'm still keeping at it, hoping that I'm going to get maybe to the goal that I want sometime soon. And the next thing that I was supposed to be doing was to network more for professional development. Oh, yeah. I really am not sure how many networking events I attended towards the end of 2023, but there were a number, maybe one or two. I wouldn't say they were as many as the ones I was intending to be a part of. But I did a lot of networking online, especially on LinkedIn, because for professional growth, I do a lot of things on LinkedIn. Okay, I don't really do a lot of things on LinkedIn. I do a lot of outreach on LinkedIn. That's the specific word that I'm looking for. I do a lot of outreach, especially with people that I am looking to work with at some point, or that are in a space, like a professional space that I am looking to get, that I wait. Okay, that's a lot of words. In a professional space that I would love to be a part of someday. Yeah. So I actually achieved that one because I interacted with lots of people. I got to connect with a lot of people, and yeah, that went on pretty good. The next one, I was supposed to do online courses for skills upgrade. I am very sad to say that I only did one online course for a skills upgrade, for my professional skills upgrade, that is. So this coming year, I don't know, how would I say this? Like from the beginning of this year, I've had kind of a turnaround on how I would like to approach my professional life. And maybe that will come a little later. But for the 6 months that we are referring to here, I would say I really did not achieve as much of the online courses that I wanted to do. But that one was the one that I did was pretty good for my career as well at that time. And then the next one, I was supposed to get a new job that was supposed to be paying me more money. I'm okay, maybe an asterisk on the specific target of salary that I was looking at then. But yeah, I was supposed to get this new job. Strangely enough, I got that new job that was paying me way above the amount that I had been hoping for. And another big strangely, I quit that job in less than a week. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Yeah, I got a job that was everything in terms of money, but it wasn't anything in terms of work life balance that I wanted to look at. And yeah, I am Claudia. I have had to come a long way with my professional, not professional, with my mental well being. It's been a really long journey, and there was no way I was going to give that up for a job. I mean, it is good money. Okay, at this point, it was good money. It would have been good money. The job had a really, really huge upgrade to my to a lifestyle that I wanted to achieve. But then I really do not want to go into the depths of all I would have been getting to from the job, because I will feel, too overwhelmed from all that I was supposed to be getting but ended up not achieving anymore. But I count this as a plus. Like, if I am checking out the things that I managed to achieve from this list, I actually include this one because my plan was to get that new job that pays me that amount, and I actually did it. The fact that I quit that job in a week does not negate the fact that I actually achieved that goal. So yeah, my ego got me out of that. Wanting to have a better mental health got me out of that toxic place. But I am still very, very happy that I got to, you know, I got that job and I got that raise, even if it really did not turn out to be what I imagined it to be. And another thing that I was working on in the last 6 months was detaching from admiring other people's lives too much on social media. So I'm sure, okay, I'm not, maybe, wait, am I sure? But there is definitely, to a certain extent, that you would find yourself, being too engaged in someone else's life on social media, to the point that you feel like your own life isn't enough. Say, maybe you think someone is having it all the way to the top, and this is just what you see on someone's life on social media. You do not know anything else about them. So I recognize the fact that there were other people on social media, like, of course I'm not gonna give an example, come on. But there were certain creators on social media that just had everything. Okay, not everything, but they just had their lives looking like they were all so figured out and nice. And I realized I was spending too much of my personal time admiring this people's lives, and kind of just hoping, oh my gosh, I wish I could have achieved that. Like, I wish I could also do that. I wish I could also go there. I wish I could also have this. And I realized this was a very, very unhealthy way to be consuming content on social media. So something that I decided to do, I unfollowed every creator that I had too much of an unhealthy attachment to their lifestyle. Of course, or if I did not unfollow them, I just minimized the number of times that I would look into their profiles to see, oh, what are they doing? Or to look at their stories and see, oh, where are they now? Like, where did they travel to? Because I love traveling, and most of the things that I was looking at too much was travel content creators. So as much as I used it to see the places that I could go to next, the other things that I could see, the things to put in my bucket list, I identified the unhealthy parts of it and minimized the amount of times that I consumed this content. And then there were others that were just in way too good relationships, and they were making me feel so bad about being single at that time. So I figured, okay, okay. Actually, when I was making this, this was other things in this list were more like additions that came up even say weeks or even months after that initial date. Because when I was making this list, I wasn't wait, what, I wasn't single. Okay, it was complicated, to be honest. It was very complicated. So yeah, I decided to also not consume a lot of content from other creators that seemed to be in way too perfect relationships. Realize that me doing this didn't mean that the creators had any issues, or like it, or like anything was wrong with the content that they were sharing. They were absolutely amazing. They had this really nice lifestyle going on, but it was just a personal decision to recognize that it was an unhealthy consumption into my life. And because that is my own problem, I had to figure out a way to scrutinize what I consume on social media. And I realized that I really admired all those, beautiful relationships online, which was like, seemed way too perfect. It made me feel bad about myself and my wait, can I say my relationship status during that period of time. So what I did was to cut it off, shut it down, and only consume that to a certain extent that was feeling healthy for my mental health. And it worked out pretty great because, yeah, at some point it didn't feel too bad being single. I was happy even alone. I would still have been happy being with somebody else, because that is the goal really. Before you be with someone else, you have to be happy alone. And yeah, if you're watching everything else that's making you feel way too bad about being alone, you're not going to be healthy for anybody else to be healthy with you. So that had to be shut down. And the next thing, okay, where was I in this list? Okay, the next, like, this is something that I had mentioned in my intro video. In case you haven't watched that, go back, but you can go back after this episode. Yeah, but yeah, something I mentioned was recording memories but focusing more on enjoying the moment. Yeah. So you realize I was in South Africa when I made this list, and I was actively capturing the memories, the experiences, the sceneries. I was taking lots of pictures, lots of videos, and I had a partner when I was there, and all the time I would ask him like, okay, take a picture of me. Okay, you guys ever seen that sound on TikTok? Like, you're on vacation and then take a picture of me, take a picture of me, take a picture of me. So yeah, it was like way too frequent. And as much as this gentleman, by the way, because whoa, this guy was such a gentleman, as much as he enjoyed doing all of this, at some point I could realize it even just on my own. Okay, I am asking way too many times, or even if I don't have to ask and he just does it without me asking, it's becoming too much. And sometimes I just want to, just enjoy and not really worry about, oh, I want a picture of this, I want a picture of this. So yeah, I really cannot say it was that hard to achieve, because I only had to take one video or one picture, and then just enjoy everything moving forward. And I figured out a really nice way to have, like a recap of everything on my social media, because I posted a lot of everything that I was doing then. Oh, and by the way, if you do not follow me on social media, you go and look me up on Instagram at claudia.auro. That is CLAUDIA.AORO. And you can look at my highlights, because I have highlights of everything that I did, all the activities and everything. Yeah. So be sure to check that out as well. So yeah, that is also another thing that I worked on during that 6 months. And I can say I did achieve that one, just being able to record memories and not being too engulfed in the recording, but also enjoying the moment. Yay! Okay, I just realized that was like the most awkward year I've ever had. But I had to take a break just to think about my life, cuz okay, what, Claudia? But okay, it happened, it happened. I'm really not going to edit it out though, cuz I am having quite the moment editing these things as well. I mean, this is just a starting thing for me. So yeah. Anyways, on to the next, on to the next. Another thing. I wanted to start more conversations with friends and make so just this bottom line, just make more friends. I realized that I spent way too much time on my own. Whoa, I was home. Either I was home on my own, just doing my own things, or I was out alone enjoying my own company, which is very great. But I realize sometimes I think it's actually nice to make friends as well. Wait, how would I put it? As an adult, I have identified that I might not be the very best at making new friends. I mean, I have made new friends, especially last year. There are a whole lot of amazing people that I met. So I would say most of my issue is the urge of making new friends. Like, if I get the opportunity, I can do it. But it is the urge of wanting to do it that is very much at its all-time lowest, and it was something I wanted to work on. I wanted to be more open to engaging with people, interacting with new people, so that I could have a couple of, new friends as well, added to the list of people I went to university with. Because, yeah, most of my friends are people from university. Oh, I also have friends that I met on Bumble, girls actually, because Bumble has the part for Bumble BFF and Bumble Date. So there was a time when I was pretty active on Bumble BFF as well, and I met amazing girls that, oh, I am so glad that I got to have that opportunity as well. So me giving myself the chance, letting myself to interact more, I was like, okay, I need to, if I go out to a certain space and it's not a part where maybe I just want to be on my own, and there are other people, then I should be willing to start a conversation with other people and make friends. Because what's the worst that can happen, man? It's just, the worst is rejection, and ultimately it's going to be rejection from an unkind person, an unkind stranger to be precise, which isn't that much of a loss. So it really wasn't, anything bad. Ladies and gentlemen, I would love to say that I did not do this one. Yeah, I went to a lot of new places on my own, and I absolutely did not give a shit about talking to anybody else. So, yeah, we try again this year. The next thing that I was working on was going on at least one solo date each month. And I am very happy to say that I achieved 100% of this. Wait, even more than 100% actually, because I was working at least one a month, but I got to do way more actually. I got to do even up to three solo dates each month for that entire 6 months. So okay, you realize I post about solo dates on my Instagram as well, but there are others that I wanted to, just enjoy them on my own, just have something for myself. And back to the aspect of enjoying moments and not being engulfed in, capturing the moment on my phone. There are lots and lots of dates that I got to go on and absolutely did not take any pictures, did not record anything. I just got to be fully myself, immerse myself in what I was doing, and just get to enjoy that specific moment or activity that I was doing. Also, a friend of mine, a really dear friend of mine, added to my list of topics that I was supposed to add to this entire podcast thing, and a request. Wait, can I call it? It wasn't like a request, no, but a suggestion was to talk about how I got to learn to enjoy my own company, and that is something that I will talk about on another episode. So stay tuned to see how I developed that entire sort of in self what. It is not self love really, but just okay, you get my point. Yeah, I will talk about it on another episode to go with then. And then the next thing that I wanted to achieve in the last 6 months was to move houses, moving apartments, and this was something that I recognized was dependent on a new professional opportunity, like because it wasn't quite a good financial decision to still earn the same but then move to another house, where because I wasn't gonna move to a house like the same as what I was living in back then. I was definitely going to get an upgrade, and at that moment, it did not seem quite a financially literate idea to move with the same paycheck. But then I still did it anyways. I did it this year, just a week ago, with still the same paycheck. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not still the same paycheck, but a little bit of a little bit of side side income. Wait, okay, now I'm blubbering. But yeah, just paycheck plus a little on the side. But I realized where if I kept on waiting and waiting, there was never going to be the right moment to move. I kept on getting tired of where I was living. I kept on getting tired of my environment. I actually liked the environment around where I lived before, but then I just wanted an upgrade of an apartment. So I realized I kept on postponing the entire thing each and every time I thought about it. But the beginning of this year, me moving apartments was actually a birthday gift to myself because I was turning 25 just a few days ago. So I decided to move apartments and, just get it out of the way. And another thing that I'm working on with moving apartments was decorating the apartment to my own aesthetic. So I just moved, it's been less than a week. I haven't achieved the entire aesthetic of my place that I want, but I am definitely going to work on it, and it's going to be awesome. I might or might not share pictures of it, but okay, I probably will. But then, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. We'll see how that part goes. And then another thing that I put in my list was to try on new dressing styles. This was 6 months ago. And part of this was to dress more feminine, have a more feminine dress code. So, how did I come to this? I realized I looked at my wardrobe one day. I looked at my closet and then I looked at what I was wearing when I was home. And I realized when I was home, I had all this raggedy things that I would put around. Like, if you ever saw me leave the apartment, like leave my unit to just go maybe down to the, maybe go to the, there was a mini grocery store where I lived. It was pretty, not too far off from our apartment. So if you'd ever see me in my dress code going to that store, oh my God, I looked homeless. So, I mean, it's all about being comfortable, being able to, just move around and feel, which is something that I still am not against. Like for myself, I still will be dressing in, every little comfortable thing that I have. But then I decided to buy more clothes that I felt made me feel more feminine, brought me more to my feminine energy, to get outfits that, just something, just things that just made me feel prettier, made me feel more like the girl I wanted to be. And I am happy to say that I might not have bought all of the new dresses that I wanted, but I got quite a number of the things that I wished for back then in terms of dressing and clothing. So, yeah, that was an achievement, and I am very happy about that one. Oh, and something else. I am still learning to walk in heels, man. It is a hustle, a hustle. It is quite a big hassle. Whoa, okay. You see, like right now, I only own one pair of heels, and it isn't like the pointed, sharp toes of it. Wait, is it not toes? Like the pointer part, it's not like the biggest point. It's more like a what? A stable base, and I would say I still do not know how to work on those things like 100%. So yeah, maybe I will try by a couple more audit too, because other than heels, the only higher up things I wear are like boots, like high boots. And so I am looking forward to, buy more heels and actually practice and learn how to walk in heels. Because, man, at 25, yeah, I've got to figure it out. I've got to figure it out one way or the other. It has to come. The next thing that I was working on in the last 6 months was getting to enjoy intimate moments, but not getting attached to men who had made it clear that they were not good for me. So yeah, I mean, in my lifetime as an adult, because I really do not count those relationships when I was a teenager, because what the fuck was that? But relationships as an adult, I can say I have been in really, really, really good relationships, especially from 2022. Like, I would say those were like some of the best, those last 2 years were some of the best years of my entire dating experience, to be honest. So, relationships come, some of them go, and in the midst of this, you can realize there are times when you start to get to know other people, or you start to interact with other people, and yeah, some people just make it very clear. They might not say it, but then it is just out there. They do not even have to open their mouths, but you can definitely tell, okay, this really is not going anywhere, or it is not anything that I would like to be engaged with in the long run. So it might be something that maybe you go on with for a while to pass time as you wait for the ultimate thing. But then, yeah, I just realized some people were not worth my time. I had to cut them off, or as much, or maybe not cut off, but I had to limit the amount of oh wait, what is this word, the amount of effort that I put into those relationships. So but at the same time, I did not want to become bored all the time. I still wanted to, go on dates, engage with people, but I wasn't in that much pressure of, oh, now I have to be in a relationship, I have to make this happen. So what I did was to decide to, enjoy all these moments that come, enjoy these dates, enjoy this beautiful people that I was meeting, having good company with them, but then making it clear to myself that, yeah, this wasn't going to go anywhere, and there was going to become a time where all these people had to be cut off, because it is not the long term goal, and there was just nothing that was going to come out of it. So I am very happy to say that that was achieved. Okay, this is very funny. Okay, what exactly did I achieve there? I achieved not getting attached to weird people. To weird, yeah, I achieved not getting attached to weird people who made it clear and showed that they were not worth it. There is so much. If I go into the depths of this, I will just make another time to talk about all this sugar that people have shown me, men have shown me in these last 2 years. Oh my God. It was a whole big roller coaster, man. I mean, there have been like the ultimate highs, like really, really ultimate highs. And then there have been like ultimate lows as well. There really is just no balance to it. So yeah, we'll get to that some other time. Another thing I wanted to achieve was to learn. Okay, maybe I will skip that one for now. Another thing I achieved was read more books. I decided I wanted to read more books, but something about me also, I don't actually like read, but I do more of listening to audiobooks. So yeah, I like, just when there is a voice reading it out to me and I just sit and listen. So I am glad to say that I actually achieved that, and I was able to listened to more audiobooks in the last 6 months than I did way back then. And last but not least, the last in the list, drum rolls. Okay, I decided to take advantage of any travel opportunities, like any travel opportunities that came onto my table, onto my desk. I was supposed to take advantage of it. Of course, there are a lot that needs to be looked at in terms of what is a viable travel opportunity and what works. And I'm happy to say that okay, I did not get as many on my desk, but I took up most of the ones that came up for me, and the ones that I also made up. Those were like really great moments in the last in those last 6 months. I was able to travel to okay, when I was making this, I was out of the country, so that counted already. And then I was able to visit one more country again, and I was also able to go to to several other places within Kenya as well. So that's something that I'm really grateful for, and I do not take for granted. Thank you to everybody that paid for them. I am more and more than grateful for you and your kind hearts. And yeah, those are the things that I had in my list to work on in the last 6 months, and how I managed to work on them, the things that I did, the things that I did not do. Strangely enough, it is the 6th of January right now, and I haven't made a list of what I want to work on moving on in this the first half of this year. I will be working on that maybe in a few days, because yeah, it was a lot of motivation doing this for the last part of 2023. So I'm definitely going to be working on that. I'm also going to be making something. Okay, I'm not really going to be making a vision board. Let me not lie to myself. I'm just going to be making a whole new list on my notes, and seeing what happens, trying to work on new things, trying to get more experiences, trying to be happier, trying to cry less. And yeah, I'm hoping it will work out pretty good, and maybe I will share how that works out in the next 6 months when I do my next audit. And yeah, that was all the time I had for my first official episode. Okay, technically the second, other than the intro. But yeah, I am so excited about having this finally out. So yeah, I hope you enjoy and engage with me on social media at girlintheworld.podcast on Instagram and on TikTok, and on my personal account at claudia.auro on Instagram and on TikTok. That is claudia.aoro. And yeah, feel free to text me on any suggestions that you might have, any feedback on what I can work on for this podcast, and I am very grateful. Bye.